think we're live, Joe. Good morning and welcome to Onestream.live for business. We're broadcasting live at 12:30 p.m. in the UK, Monday through Saturday this week. Stephen Healey and Joe Sheppard, and meet the team. We are Stephen Healey and Joe Sheppard. Hello, Joe.
Hi, Stephen. How are you, mate?
I'm doing well. Just been for a 5-mile walk, just recovering. I think I'll not do a walk tomorrow. I'll sort of spread it out. Yeah. Now, we came together years ago. I mean, we've been broadcasting together for years, and we're looking forward to live video production week next week. But we got together. This is, from the beginning, this is a commercial venture, isn't it?
It is indeed, yeah. Given that live stream as an industry, by 2027, there's rumoured to go to $250 billion. $250 billion. I'll just reiterate that to people. So it doesn't really matter whether me and you carry on doing it. It is going to grow. And so it is a very cost-effective way for individuals, organizations, businesses, small and local businesses especially, with a limited marketing budget, to be able to go live and to engage with the current and future clients. So it's a fantastic thing to be part of. I mean, 5-6 years in now, we're still learning. It's not television, but it's really, really good to do.
We are still learning. There's always something new to learn, and that's the joy of live broadcasting. They're always pushing the boundaries and bringing new things out. Now, from the outset, this is a commercial proposition. So what I want to do is I just want to share my screen for a moment. So I'm going to go screen share, and we're going to bring in, because basically we want you to know what we're talking about. So I'm going to share screen, I'm going to bring in the pricing, and I'm going to put it, hopefully, full screen. Let's go full screen with this.
Yeah.
Because this is the pricing, isn't it, Joe?
Yep. And it's do you know what I like about live streaming is that there's a package that we can put together for absolutely everybody. And we'll come on to it, I'm sure, about why companies try and do it themselves, but really everything in life now should be about a joint venture. The cost of this is so tiny. I mean, we see a free option there for people to try themselves. So small businesses who have got perhaps a social media company, or they've got a social media element, they've got an individual responsible for this type of thing, for engagement, and for building followers and for engaging with the clients. So you can set up a free version of this, and we can send a link to those people. They can contact us, and we will work with them, won't we, to be able to sort of help and develop that. But even the basic model per month, £7, it's just crazy. And obviously you're saving great amounts there on the saving 20% if you pay yearly. So I know that you can. So £7 a month if you're paying annually. I think is that 9? Is it if it's on a monthly basis?
£8 a month. But I think the point to make, if we go and I press that button, is that what we're talking about is the fact that in terms, if you sort of compare this with your advertising budget, then it's just, well, it's a no-brainer, isn't it, really?
Excuse me. It is for me, and I know it is for you as well, and for many others. I think people are put off by the technology aspect of things, and I would point out to people that when I started doing this 5 odd years ago, not with OneStream, with another great company, but I had no idea. I went live, and it was I'd been in the forces for a long time, so I had a method of instruction technique. I had a formal way of doing things, and I had to unlearn that and learn that, I had this perception that it was like a TV show where everything had to be super slick and perfect and everything else. And some people might say, no, well, you're in this, wow studio behind you. It's actually what I can do is, just show people, tell you what, I'll go there. It's just as simple. We can show people. I taught myself to do things, and you can go with nice little bar in Dublin if you want. Let's go back to the studio. The reason we'll come through these things during the week on the use of the studio, but it is not a technology difficult thing to get through. But that's why working with people like us who have done the hard work and literally failed our way to success, that, for businesses, especially small and local businesses, Stephen, if you look at the time, money, and talent matrix, how much time have you got? Everybody works hard, but not everybody works smart with the time. How much money do we have? You can vastly save money on that trilogy, on the monetary side of things, over traditional marketing. It's a faster way to engage with people. It delivers more engagement. It delivers more sales. It gives better product launches, and we can go live directly to your site. And the talent, you don't have to have the in-house talent to be able to do it. It is far more cost-effective. Come to people who have literally failed away over the years, like me and you. Hence, we thought, do you know what? We're going to go out there and do this. As you know, I've got a successful series of rugby shows online, and I've now taught some of my teams on how to produce and direct as well. And that's brilliant, pass that on to the next generation. And for the cost of it, I'd never have been able to do that if I went to a full digital marketing agency.
Well, that's the thing that's changed. And it's also changed not just in terms of going live on social media, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. The cost of actually broadcasting to your website is included in the prices that we've just shown you. And that's totally amazing to be able to broadcast live to your website when you want. Because when you're broadcasting live to your website, people are able to read your blog posts and, more importantly, visit your shop, take advantage of your special offers. This is the way to actually get people onto your website. It's the lead in that you can actually talk about, where you can tell stories. And stories can be about the company itself, stories can be about products, stories can be about successes. You can interview customers, you can interview suppliers. Endless. These topics are not a problem. Getting the story, and then you need, as Joe alluded to a moment ago, you need a storyteller, somebody who knows from the inside what the story is and can actually relate it to a wider audience. And building on your website is the future. It's not, you're in control. It's your website, it's your turf, and people are going to keep coming. And you just got to, basically, you've got to be focused, and you also got to be going out at a regular time, Joe.
Yeah, very, very much so. Persistency and consistency really are the order of the day. So people get used to you being there. So hence the reason we decided this week, let's do a week. And I'd also point out to people at this stage, we're working with Onestream, who are a fantastic organization, and we'll go through the Onestream studio as the week of show goes on. But what we wanted to do as well was teach people about live streaming, teach them what it's not, dispel some myths, show them how easy and how cheap it can be, and generally for 30 minutes a day for over 6 days. And of course, this is relatively brand new to me. I'm still using 2 virtual studios at the moment. I was introduced to Onestream, and the other one I currently use is a great company as well. I just think Onestream had more. I'll just go back to Stephen's point there about to the website. This is a game changer for me, because whilst we can go multicasting, that means that we go live in real time or near time to a whole range of different social media channels and platforms, etc., etc. Being able to go to a organization or an individual's website and go live there means this. You're in control of how many people see that broadcast. On social media, you're not. Facebook, for example, great platform for those people who, like that sort of thing. But the algorithm will show how many people can see that. That's a fact, and we know that. So we want 100% of the people, 100% of the time, to be able to see it. So we set up the show, and we are telling that story on your website. That means they're there. We don't have to drive them from a social channel, a social media platform, to your site. So it's less clicks. More people are more likely to do that. We know from the evidence and the facts that something like 79% of people are more likely to buy a product if they've seen a video or they've had an explainer tutorial about that. So if we go to your website, they're there. We've got those people on. You can click on a button. We can share that product or that service from your website, and people can order and there and then. It's just a no-brainer for me, isn't it, Steve?
It is. Basically, OneStream.live, Joe and I have chosen OneStream.live because it's the most powerful system that we've seen. Nobody else can let you go live to up to 30 destinations at the same time at a reasonable price. Nobody else can let you stream pre-recorded video to up to 30 destinations at the same time. In fact, that may be 40 destinations. I'll double check on that. And in addition to that, you can go live to your website. You can go live to a private space, if you wish, hosted by OneStream. And in addition, well, if that weren't enough, if you're a user usually on OBS or vMix or X-Street Broadcaster, you can actually bring your signal into the OneStream and push it out to 40 destinations. So it works with your current software. If you're on OBS, vMix, or X-Street Broadcaster, if you want to have the OneStream Studio, that is very powerful and it's easy to. I think that the other thing is it's easy to use, Joe.
Yeah, no, very, very much so. I mean, for me, everything is about people, systems, and processes. And I get very frustrated if I've got to do more than one-click system. There's a little bit of 59, nearly 60. There's a little tiny bit of me still has, a youngster's mind there. And I think because I've been on social media for so long, I've sort of picked up some of the youngsters' ways, which is if I can't do it immediately almost, and that is the majority of people now, that the pace of life, the management of expectations, and what we need to be able to do is so quick. So if we've got click upon click, layers and layers and layers on the layer cake, as I like to describe it, it puts me off, and therefore I won't do it. And I look at everything still, don't I, as I am the client on the ground. So I understand when I'm working with an organization, what is the strategic overview that they're doing. Live streaming isn't a panacea for all. It has to dovetail in with the individual or the organization's social media and marketing briefs. What are they trying to do? That it is a huge part of it, and actually, for me, it can become and it should become the hub, but it has to dovetail into those other aspects as well as part of the overarching strategy. So it's the ease with what we do. And one of the things I will say this week, OneStream, and thanks to them, they have given us permission to try and break the system, if you like. So for me, who's been using it for a few weeks now and has fallen in love with this, there are things that, based on that, we used to, in the forces, we call it KISS methodology, KISS, keep it simple, I'm stupid. So everything is based upon that. So if it's not in the right place, if the left and right brain isn't connecting, if I can't, because I'm right centric. So if there's things are not, and when we go through the studio this week, people will see, if it's not simple one click, then OneStream have allowed us to play around with it and said, come back to us. Yeah, listen. And we love that openness and the simplicity because they want to make it the biggest, the best, and the simplest thing to use. And that's what really attracted me to the team at OneStream.
True. And basically, with OneStream being based in Finland, they do have international support 24/7. I mean, I've been with OneStream for about 4 years now, and every time they surprise me. The thing they surprise me with is how they manage to innovate and bring in new features which are so useful and, as we said earlier, so easy to use. And that's happened repeatedly. And we've got rumours of what's happening in June, but we can't talk about that because that won't happen until June. But we do know that they're always pushing the boundaries. They're always trying to give us things solutions which solve problems, such as being able to broadcast to your website. That has been, it's been for the larger companies. Now, small to medium-sized enterprises, it's in your budget. It's not too much. And all you need to actually succeed in live video is, you need three things: persistence, patience, and the will to win. The will to win is normally against the technology, but this time round, OneStream got that sorted. Patience, yes, you need patience and focus, really. This works if you put yourself into it. If you focus on making it work, it will work. We know it works. We've been doing this, as Joe said, for years. And we know that we can reach out to an audience, get them to respond, get feedback, and entertain, inform, and educate. And that's what OneStream allows us to do. And I just got to come back because we are going to get commercial in this. This is about making money. This is not about going live just for the sake of it. What we actually want to happen is for you because we can all go live. We can all go live. But what we want to do is to help you to go live and make money. And OneStream does that. I mean, basically, I broadcast live on Amazon.live, the world's third largest website, every weekday. And I enjoy doing so, and I make money doing it. Live video is about making money. It's not about thinking about making money. It's not about putting money into advertisers' pockets. It's about making the best use of your budget and going live on your website, because that's your turf. You own it. And if you can get people on your website, they will keep coming back. And live video, as we know, is the most engaging form. I mean, you can write blog posts, brilliant. You can actually put up images, you can tell stories, but that's not live. Live is like this, when things may or may not go right. Well, 99% of the time they do. And the thing is, now is the time to get involved, because I know from personal experience that a week on Friday, they're installing gigabit internet in devices, and I'll have a 900 megabyte upload. This is the time to get involved. This is when live video is coming into it, and the infrastructure is catching up with the technology, and we'll be able to broadcast everywhere, whenever we want. And it's just, the options are so big. But our job this week is to actually get behind the technology, explain it to you. We're going to look at the studio. We're going to look at broadcasting to a website. We're going to look at everything that OneStream related and show you how OneStream can achieve. And today is just by way of introduction to Joe and I, and to OneStream itself. OneStream, based in Finland, international as far as service is concerned, and probably I'm going to say it now, right? Okay, the best one-stop shop for live streaming.
Yeah, I totally agree. We everything is in packages, and if people are a little bit worried, even despite what we say to them, and despite the low level of the cost, what we're doing with small organizations at the moment is we use our studio. So we go live, for them, and we work with the small local business or the organization, and we set up a series of shows with them. And so we're using our studio to begin with. And then over time, the same as I have done with my rugby shows and others, we will then train people within the organization so they become self-sufficient. So actually, it's even a cheaper option to begin with, to work with an experienced professional live streamer who understands that there are 4 pillars into live streaming. There's the live streaming strategy, which, as I said before, fits in and dovetails with the current social media and marketing, and actually means you can cut some of those things out. That's pillar 1. Pillar 2, live streaming as a service. So most people will be aware of SaaS, software as a service. This is the same. You don't have to do it in-house. We, organizations and individuals like myself and Stephen, we provide live streaming as a service, and you'll hear that expression. I coined that expression. You'll hear that expression more and more and more as live streaming grows. That's pillar 2. Pillar 3 is brand storytelling. That's what Stephen does especially well. Working with the organization or the individual to tell the story of the individual, the background to the company, the product, the service, and take people love being part of that journey with you go, and that's pillar 3. And the 4th is brand engagement. Now, some people say that brand engagement and customer engagement, client engagement is slightly different. It's a moot point. It's about building that engagement and the trust, and that the developing that jointry together that takes you on that journey. The client, the company, the product, the service, about humanizing it. It makes it feel real. It's not TV. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's taken me a long time to get to where I am. And let's face it, I have a face for radio, and I'm still doing okay out of this. And I'll continue to do, okay out of this, which is why we are now making this a commercial venture with, for me, Livestream Solutions, just about to go live, and working with organizations and agencies. And why not? Why shouldn't we?
Exactly so. This is the right time. As I explained, the internet infrastructure is improving daily. I'm getting 900 megabytes upload, which is going to be fantastic. And OneStream is pulling everything together, because this broadcast right now is live on the website. It is so simple and so straightforward to do. We're going to be covering that on Wednesday. Tomorrow, we're talking all about the studio. We're going to take you step by step through how the OneStream studio works and how you can get the best out of it. We'll have hints, tips, and tricks. And hopefully, if I can cajole a certain member of the OneStream staff to join us, they will be doing that later this week. But we're live at this time every day. And you can ask us questions. Okay, we're here as basically to help. It's as simple as that. We've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Now we're passing our knowledge on to you so that you can actually, and this is key. Okay, and to me, this is key. The thing about live broadcasting, even for business, is that it is a positive experience. It's a fun experience. You've got the designing of the show itself, design your own set, work out what the stories are going to be, put together bullet points on the story, and then talk to that. You're not limited to being on screen by yourself. You can have staff on the screen. You can have customers and suppliers on the screen. In fact, you can have up to 10 people on the screen at the same time. And you can broadcast about anything you want to. If you're broadcasting to your website, you are the person who's policing it. Nobody else is watching over your shoulder and saying, you can't do that, you can't show that. If you want to play an advert, you can play an advert. It's so freeing to be able to broadcast live to your website and to be in control. Always be mindful of copyright laws, but there's nobody saying you can't do that. You're the one who's actually in control. And being in control of a broadcast means that you can get your message across. You can focus on your message. People are not going to be distracted by advertisements flying to the left of them and the right of them. They're focused on what you're talking about. They may go off and read your blogs, but they're still on your website. And we are looking forward to actually telling you how simple and straightforward it is. We're just going to build up to that. And the thing is also, Joe, the enjoyment of all this.
Yeah, look, if anybody phones my mobile and I don't answer, you'll get the stock reply, which is please leave a message. Remember, we're on this earth for a good time, not a long time. I used to say to people, that there was 8.2 billion people in the world and only one Big Joe Shepp, so it was only fair that everybody gets to me at some stage. As I physically can't do that, then this is the great way. And again, okay, it may look a little bit fancy, but you know what? It's the next best thing to, I do very few calls. If somebody needs something, we send them out HubSpot meeting requests, they book a schedule, we get them into the studio, because seeing the whites of each other's eyes, seeing the emotion, getting somebody to explain to you fully what you're doing, it's the next best thing to physically traveling and sitting there with somebody, and therefore, building that relationship with somebody from point one, that the discovery exercise that we talk about. It's brilliant, and it's about having fun with it. Like I say, look at this, face for radio, so it still works. But it's about believing in people, and it's about not having a short-termistic approach. It's about being with them. I genuinely see myself working with an organisation that's been an extension of that business, of that organisation, and traveling with their journey with them. Because there's nothing better when you see their success based on things that you've been doing together. And some of the ones that we've done in the past, when we've stopped doing them for a short while, we've had people contacting us and saying, "Where are you, lads? What's going on?" And it's about having fun, and that's what it's about as well. It doesn't need to be that serious. It is not, as you thought, it's not television. It's not onerous. And if the old saying, if it's fun, they will come, and they do.
It is about, and the other thing is, it's about being genuine as well, being yourself. And you can actually portray your company as you want it to be seen. You're in control, you're telling the stories, you can put your best foot forward and just tell your company's story. Talk about the products, talk about your experiences. One thing that we can share on live video is our experiences, and we're sharing our experiences of live video. We want to hear your stories. We want you to go live. We want you to go live on your website. We want you to make money. I mean, that's our motivation, is to help you make money and enjoy live broadcasting in the same way that we do. And hopefully that's come across in today's broadcast. We totally enjoy this. We're at one with the screen, as it were. And it is the best way to actually get it across. It is by far the most effective way of actually reaching an audience and getting loyal followers. Because remember, it's your website. And if you want to sell something, if you want to have a special offer to people who are watching it, then the rules are obviously the rules within your country for doing such competitions, but you can do it. And again, there is nobody watching over your shoulder. This is total freedom in what you do, being in control, telling your story, reaching out to an audience, engaging with them, and winning them over.
Absolutely. One of the the things where people are, even after nearly 6 years of doing this, Stephen, the biggest thing I get from people is, oh, I don't think I could go live. I don't think I could sit in a studio. And because they have the same miscomprehension that I had, that it has to be like TV. You know, it has to be as good and as slick as that. Well, here's the thing. You can go to certain studios and they're very, very good at what they do to put out a live broadcast, live stream. But with this, you don't need it. I am sat in my house on the east coast of Ireland, and I run all of my shows from here in a converted bedroom, which is my office, and everything comes from here. And we have people from across the globe on a single link that come in. So on my rugby shows, when we started them off, everybody now, and I have pods of 3, and they act as host, producer, and director, and they bring their guests in, and I just put a small tiller of hand on it. When they first started, not one of those people wanted to be on a show, but they got the BJS effect, the Big Joe Sheppard effect. They came on as guests, they eventually became hosts, and some of them now are trained as producer directors in their own right. And that is where we can take you on that journey as well. And that's brilliant. And that's what we can do with your organization, your business.
Is an amazing progression. Everything starts with the first steps, and we're here to help you take those first steps, to explain why OneStream is the all-in-one shop where you can do everything. Because the thing is that one of the things about live video, we're live now, and I can tell you we're live because the time, Joe, is 12:56. Okay, we are live, but we're actually doing something which is important, and that's to create content. After the show, we will take this video, we will put it into a video editor, and we will repurpose clips from it to use on social media. You're creating content. Whenever you go live, you're creating content. Put that into a video editor afterwards, and you can then use it whenever you like. This is a content creation engine. Yeah, because when we talk about a particular topic, we can just isolate that topic and then put it out as a 2 to 3 minute video, and it can go everywhere. Not just where the live video has been. It can go to Instagram, it can go to TikTok, it can go, well, the list is endless. I mean, there are literally hundreds of websites. We concentrate on the main ones because that's basically what we do. But remember, we're also talking about broadcasting to your website this week, and how easy and how important it is that you start doing that now. Okay, and basically, when you're broadcasting, and we've done this many times together, time just flies. You lose total track of time.
Yeah, it does. It's one of the things we have on our hour-long shows is you put the topic areas in, and when you've got a couple of pre-records and a few guests and some media and videos and overlay images and stuff like that, and before you know it, it is absolutely gone. And we're famous on our shows for overrunning. And you know what? It doesn't matter because there's no advert coming up. There's no next program coming up. You can dip in and out of it, etc., etc., etc. That's pretty damn good, really.
Being in control. That's it. Now, tomorrow we'll be talking about the OneStream Studio and how it works. Now, we can announce now that in mid-June, Joe and I are releasing a Udemy course which takes you through every single aspect of OneStream. And what we've done is we've taken it back to basics, and we're assuming no prior knowledge of live broadcasting. And we're going to take you through camera confidence, building your set, and using every single facility within Onestream.live so that you can maximize your time and enjoy it. Just get out there and enjoy it. Go live. And as a good friend of mine said, the only way to get going is get going. And also, and I'll just take that off. We should be. Hang on, just a minute. I've got a technical problem. Just give me a second. I think if I go here,
there we go.
We're back. Okay. So we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Joe, it's over to you to close the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for joining us today. I'm Joe Sheppard from Livestream Solutions and Stephen Healey. And we will be back at 12:30 tomorrow. Tomorrow's post will be, the show will be scheduled out, and we'll see more and more of you as the week goes on. And tomorrow is all about the studio. What goes on, see behind the scenes of the studio. And again, the next part of the layer cake on this week is seeing how easy it is to do those one-click solutions to you going live.
Totally. From Wiltshire, England.
And from West